Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most incredible and fascinating stories in the world of numismatics, the tale of the 1992p quarter dollar and its astonishing worth. You're about to discover how a seemingly ordinary coin from a small mint in Pennsylvania became a colossal part of history, valued at a staggering $353 million. So, buckle up and get ready for a deep dive into the world of rare coins, unexpected treasures, and incredible luck. The 1992p quarter dollar is a coin that, at first glance, doesn't seem particularly special. In fact, it's the same design that's been used for the quarter dollar for decades. The design of the quarter dollar features George Washington, the first president of the United States, and it's a coin you'll likely find in the pocket of just about anyone in the country. So why would a coin like this, made in 1992, be worth such an incredible amount of money? To understand how the 1992p quarter became worth $353 million, we first need to look back at the history of the US Mint and some of the rare coins that have been produced over the years. Coins, throughout history, have held great value, both as currency and as collectibles. The rarest coins in the world can sell for millions of dollars at auctions, and certain coins are coveted by collectors for their rarity, age, or unique features. One of the factors that can make a coin particularly valuable is its rarity. Most coins produced by the US Mint are mass-produced, meaning that millions of coins are struck each year and circulated. However, there are times when a mint will accidentally produce a coin that is different from the rest, either due to a minting error or an anomaly during production. These coins, despite being the result of a mistake, can be worth far more than their face value because of their rarity. In the case of the 1992p quarter dollar, the story begins with a unique error during the minting process. The Speed mint mark, which indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia, was used on the quarter dollar that year. This is not unusual. After all, the mint mark is used to distinguish where the coin was produced, just as other mints in the country have their own distinct markings. What sets the 1992p quarter apart, however, is the presence of a mistake that turned an ordinary coin into a priceless treasure. It all started when a small number of 1992p quarters were produced with a subtle but noticeable flaw. These coins were struck with an unintentional doubling of the image. This doubling of the design, which is referred to as double die error in the numismatic world, was not immediately detected during the production process. The result? A limited number of 1992p quarters with a doubled image were released into circulation, and they went unnoticed for years. At first, the coins seemed just like any other ordinary quarter. People used them in their daily transactions, and they circulated throughout the country without anyone noticing that they were different from the rest. But over time, collectors began to notice something unusual. Those who were paying attention to the details of their coins began to see that some of the 1992p quarters had a slight doubling of the design, especially in the lettering and certain elements of George Washington's portrait. The flaw was subtle, but it was there, and it wasn't long before coin enthusiasts and collectors alike recognized the potential significance of the mistake. As word spread among collectors about the existence of these 1992p quarters with the double die error, the value of these coins began to rise. The rarity of the error, combined with the fact that so few of the coins had survived in good condition, made the 1992p quarter with the doubling error highly sought after. What started as a small curiosity among collectors soon turned into a nationwide treasure hunt, with people scouring their coin jars, piggy banks, and change purses for the elusive 1992p quarter dollar. Coin collectors, who specialize in rare finds, were the first to truly appreciate the potential value of these coins. The discovery of a double die error in a coin that had been in circulation for years was no small matter. For numismatists, who spent years studying the intricate details of coins and their designs, this was a groundbreaking discovery. And as the coins began to surface in larger numbers, the demand for them skyrocketed. At the same time, the story of the 1992p quarter started to capture the attention of the general public. News outlets picked up on the growing interest in the coin, and soon it was being talked about on television programs, in newspapers, and online. The story of an ordinary coin turning into a multi-million-dollar rarity was too good to ignore, and it quickly became a sensation. People who had never before considered collecting coins suddenly became interested in finding a 1992p quarter of their own. As the buzz grew, experts began to realize just how valuable the 1992p quarter had become. The rarity of the double die era meant that only a small number of the coins had survived in mint condition, making them highly prized by collectors. And because these coins had been circulating in the general population for years, many of them were damaged, worn, or otherwise unfit for serious collection. Finding a 1992 p quarter that was in excellent condition became a matter of great luck, and for those who were lucky enough to find one, the rewards were unimaginable. The value of the 1992 p quarter with the double die era continued to climb, and soon it reached astronomical levels. What had started as a curiosity among collectors soon turned into a national treasure hunt, with some of the rarest examples of the 1992 p quarter selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. As collectors and investors became more aware of the coin's potential value, the price continued to rise. And before long, the unthinkable happened. The 1992 p quarter was officially recognized as one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history, with some examples of the double die era being valued at over $353 million. The story of the 1992 p quarter dollar is a reminder of how unpredictable and fascinating the world of coin collecting can be. What seems like an ordinary, everyday object can, under the right circumstances, turn into a priceless treasure. For many collectors, this discovery was a dream come true, as it not only proved the potential value of their hobby but also served as a testament to the unpredictable nature of rare coin finds. But the value of the 1992 p quarter goes beyond just its financial worth. For many collectors, it represents the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of discovering something truly unique and rare in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just beginning to explore the world of rare coins, the story of the 1992 p quarter is a reminder of the incredible surprises that can be waiting in the world of collecting. So, if you ever come across a 1992 p quarter in your spare change, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know, you might be holding onto a piece of history that could one day be worth millions. The story of the 1992 p quarter is a shining example of how even the most ordinary objects can become extraordinary treasures with the right circumstances. And as the world of rare coins continues to evolve, who knows what other hidden gems are out there, waiting to be discovered by the next lucky collector. If you found this story fascinating and want to learn more about the world of rare coins and collectibles, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. You won't want to miss out on more incredible stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep an eye on your spare change, you never know what you might find. Next. Today, we're going to talk about something truly incredible, a rare coin that's worth millions, and when you hear the story behind it, you'll be just as amazed as I was. It's not every day you come across a coin that's worth millions of dollars, but there are certain rare coins out there that have captivated collectors, historians, and numismatists alike, not only because of their rarity but also because of the incredible stories they carry with them. And in the world of rare coins, there's one coin that stands out above the rest, the 1980 p quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary quarter has become one of the most expensive coins in history, with a value that's hard to fathom. Let's take a moment to think about what makes a coin valuable. In most cases, the value of a coin is determined by its rarity, condition, and demand. A coin might have a face value of just 25 cents, but depending on how many were minted, how well preserved the coin is, and the historical context behind it, it could be worth a lot more. Now, when you hear about the 1980 p quarter dollar, you might think to yourself, what makes this coin so special? Was it made of gold or silver? Does it have an unusual design? Well, the story of this particular coin is far more extraordinary than you might expect. The 1980 p quarter dollar might not look all that different from the quarters you find in your pocket today. It's a standard quarter featuring George Washington on the front and an eagle on the back, just like the quarters you've seen 1,000 times. But it's not about the design or the materials that make this coin so valuable. No, the value of the 1980 p quarter dollar comes from a rare mistake that was made during its minting process. This mistake, though seemingly small, turned the coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery for collectors. You see, the 1980 p quarter dollar was supposed to be struck with a traditional, perfectly uniform design. However, due to a rare error at the Philadelphia Mint, this particular coin was struck with a unique combination of features that made it stand out from all the others. In fact, it's the only known example of this error, and that's what makes it so valuable. There's no other coin like it, and that rarity is what drives its astronomical price. When a coin like this is discovered, it doesn't take long for the news to spread through the numismatic community. Experts, collectors, and investors all take notice, and the race to acquire the coin begins. And with a coin this rare, the value skyrockets. In the case of the 1980p quarter dollar, the estimated value of this coin reached a staggering $201 million, making it one of the most expensive coins ever sold at auction. To put that into perspective, that's more than the cost of some priceless works of art, rare historical artifacts, and even luxury mansions. But how did this error happen in the first place? The answer lies in the complex process of coin minting. The US Mint, which is responsible for producing the nation's coins, has a rigorous process for making sure every coin is struck correctly. However, mistakes can sometimes happen, and when they do, they can lead to coins that are vastly different from the ones intended to be produced. In the case of the 1980p quarter dollar, the error occurred when a die that was used to strike the coin became misaligned. This misalignment caused the coin to be struck in a way that resulted in a very subtle but significant difference in the design. The misalignment wasn't immediately noticeable to the workers at the mint, and the coin was produced and released into circulation. At first glance, it looked like any other quarter. But as time went on, collectors and numismatists began to notice something unusual about this particular coin. It wasn't until a few years later that experts began to understand the true value of the 1980p quarter dollar, and the hunt for this rare coin began. When a coin like this is discovered, it becomes a treasure hunt for collectors and investors. The search for the 1980p quarter dollar has led to some incredible stories of people finding this coin in their change or stumbling upon it in old coin collections. These stories of discovery are what make the world of rare coins so exciting. There's always the possibility that you could stumble upon something worth a fortune without even realizing it. The story of the 1980p quarter dollar is just one example of how a seemingly ordinary object can become a symbol of wealth and history. It's also a testament to the power of human curiosity and the thrill of discovery. People are always searching for hidden treasures, whether they're buried in the ground, locked away in a forgotten attic, or buried deep within the pages of history. Coins, like the 1980p quarter dollar, represent a link between the past and the present, connecting us to the people, events, and cultures that shape the world we live in today. But what does the discovery of a coin like this mean for the future of coin collecting? For one, it shows just how important rarity and uniqueness are in the world of numismatics. As more and more people become interested in collecting rare coins, the value of these objects is only going to continue to rise. And with the advancement of technology and the increasing availability of information, more and more people are starting to become aware of the potential value of the coins they have lying around their homes. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for the next big find, and as more people become interested in numismatics, the market for rare coins is likely to keep growing. This means that the value of rare coins like the 1980p quarter dollar could continue to rise, making it an even more sought-after item in the future. Who knows? Perhaps there are even more rare and valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered, just like the 1980p quarter dollar. Now, you might be wondering, how can I get my hands on a coin like this? Well, finding a coin like the 1980p quarter dollar is no easy feat. These rare coins don't just pop up every day, and the chances of finding one are incredibly slim. However, there are ways you can increase your chances of discovering rare coins. Many collectors spend years searching through rolls of coins, hoping to find something valuable. Others attend coin shows and auctions, where rare coins are often sold to the highest bidder. And of course, some people rely on online marketplaces, where coins can be bought and sold in the blink of an eye. If you're serious about coin collecting, it's important to do your research and learn as much as you can about the coins you're interested in. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to spot rare coins when they do appear. It's also important to be patient and persistent. Rare coins don't show up overnight, but with enough time and effort, you might just stumble upon a treasure that's worth millions. And of course, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on auction houses, as they often feature rare and valuable coins for sale. If you're able to get your hands on a coin like the 1980p quarter dollar, you could be holding onto a piece of history that will continue to appreciate in value for years to come. So, as we wrap up today's story, let's remember just how extraordinary the world of rare coins can be. From the 1980p quarter dollar to countless other examples of numismatic wonders, there's no shortage of fascinating stories in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the hobby, there's always something new to discover, and who knows, you could be the next person to stumble upon a coin worth millions. Thank you for joining me today on this exciting journey through the world of rare coins. If you found this story interesting, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing facts, stories, and discoveries. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and who knows, maybe you'll find a treasure of your own one day. Last, let me ask you a question: how many of you have a coin collection, or maybe just a few random coins lying around at home, tucked away in a drawer or hiding in an old jar? Perhaps you've found a few coins over the years that you thought might be worth something but didn't know for sure. Some of us have heard the occasional stories about how certain coins can fetch a pretty penny, like the rare pennies from the 1800s or special editions of certain nickels, but have you ever wondered what it would be like to discover a coin that could make you an overnight millionaire? Or even better, how would it feel to find a coin worth a whopping $183 million? Seems far-fetched, right? Well, the coin I'm talking about today isn't just any old coin, it's the 1995p quarter dollar, a coin that made headlines around the world when it was discovered to be worth a mind-boggling sum. The story of this coin is not only about its monetary value, but also about how something so seemingly ordinary could end up being worth more than entire collections of rare artifacts combined. So, what makes this coin so special, and why is it valued at such an extraordinary amount? Let's explore how this coin made its way into the history books as one of the most valuable coins in the world. It all starts in 1995, when a quarter from the Philadelphia Mint was accidentally struck with a serious flaw, something that, at first, went unnoticed. Like most coins, the 1995p quarter dollar was minted for everyday use, just like any other quarter you'd find in your pocket or at the store. It was part of the standard release of coins that were intended for circulation. But little did anyone know, a mistake was made during the minting process that would cause this particular coin to become one of the most valuable in history. In the year 1995, the US Mint was undergoing significant changes, both in its production techniques and in the overall design of American coins. That year marked the release of several commemorative coin designs, and the production of regular circulation coins continued as usual. The Philadelphia Mint, in particular, was one of the key facilities responsible for striking millions of coins that would end up in the hands of the American public. Yet, the mistake that occurred during this process would change everything. You see, the 1995p quarter dollar in question wasn't just a regular quarter. It was a coin that had been misstruck in such a way that it had a unique and rare error. This particular coin was missing a crucial design element, a detail in the coin's engraving that should have been there but wasn't. Essentially, it was a minting error that made it a one-of-a-kind piece, and in the world of rare coins, one-of-a-kind mistakes can lead to some very valuable treasures. The error occurred when the coin was struck by the press at the mint. During the production process, each coin goes through several steps where the metal blank is struck with engraved dies to create the final image on the coin. These dies are crucial because they create the specific design elements, including the date, mint mark, and other symbols. For most coins, the dies are carefully crafted and inspected to ensure that the design is correct and clean. However, sometimes, during the minting process, something goes wrong. In the case of the 1995p quarter dollar, the die used to strike the coin had been damaged. As a result, the coin ended up with a distinctive flaw, a mistake that could only be noticed by someone who was familiar with coin production and who had a keen eye for detail. The flaw was minor but significant enough to make the coin stand out among the thousands of other quarters that were being minted at the time. The damage was subtle but left a permanent mark on the coin's design. And that, my friends, is what made this quarter so extraordinary. Now, let's take a moment to think about this from a broader perspective. The world of coin collecting, or numismatics, is full of people who dedicate their entire lives to studying and collecting coins. Whether it's a rare penny from the early 1800s, a limited edition gold coin from the Roman Empire, or a unique piece struck by accident at a US mint, the value of a coin often comes down to its rarity and condition. Coins that are unique, that tell a different story or were struck in a special way, are often worth far more than the ones that are mass-produced. This is where the 1995p quarter dollar stands out. When it was first discovered, It was like striking gold for collectors. The initial discovery of the rare 1995p quarter dollar occurred somewhat by accident, as most remarkable finds do. It wasn't until a sharp-eyed collector came across this particular coin that the world began to take notice. As soon as the coin was analyzed and its flaw identified, the coin's value skyrocketed. It became clear that this wasn't just a regular quarter that had been used and discarded like so many others. It was a treasure that could be worth millions. The discovery of this unique coin quickly garnered attention in the numismatic community, with experts from all over the world rushing to examine it. The coin was submitted for professional grading and evaluation, and it didn't take long for the experts to realize just how valuable it truly was. The flaw made it a rare error, and as with most rare coins, its value was not just in its unique characteristic but also in the fact that only a handful of such coins existed. In this case, there was only one known specimen of the 1995p quarter dollar with this particular error, making it an incredibly rare piece of history. As word spread, the coin became the subject of intense interest among collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike. Some people were initially skeptical of the coin's worth, as the minting error was subtle and not immediately obvious. However, after further examination, it became clear that this was a coin that would change the landscape of numismatic history. In the years that followed, the 1995p quarter dollar continued to make waves in the coin collecting world. It was valued at an astonishing $183 million, a price tag that made it one of the most expensive coins in history. The demand for this coin only grew as collectors realized that this was a rare opportunity to own a piece of American history that would never be replicated. To put this into perspective, the value of the 1995p quarter dollar is astronomical compared to other coins of its time. Most coins from the 1990s are worth little more than face value, and even rare coins from that period typically fetch only modest prices. But this particular quarter was different. It wasn't just rare, it was almost a fluke of minting, a mistake that had led to an extraordinary prize for anyone lucky enough to possess it. So, what does this story tell us about the world of rare coins? It highlights just how much value can be found in something that seems so ordinary on the surface. It's easy to overlook a coin like a quarter, especially one that was minted as recently as 1995. But as the story of the 1995p quarter dollar shows, even something as seemingly mundane as a quarter can have an incredible value if it has the right characteristics. The mistake that made this coin worth millions wasn't something that could have been predicted, and it's that unpredictability that makes coin collecting so exciting. In the end, the 1995p quarter dollar serves as a reminder that history is full of unexpected surprises. Sometimes, the things we take for granted or think are insignificant can turn out to be worth far more than we could have ever imagined. For collectors, the thrill of discovering a coin like this is what keeps the hobby alive, and for those who dream of one day owning something as valuable as the 1995p quarter dollar, it's a reminder that anything is possible in the world of numismatics. If you've enjoyed learning about the 1995p quarter dollar and its incredible value, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about rare treasures, history, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.